It is day 2 in Washington, and today I've got some more sightseeing. So we're going to the bunch of memorials, and I'm going to go all the way up the river to Georgetown and explore there. Looking forward to another day. It's bright and sunny. Let's go.
I visited DC at the end of November, so it was fully in autumn-winter mode. Thankfully, many of the trees still had lots of their vibrant orange and red leaves. Such stunning autumnal colours contrasting against the bright blue sky brought me so much joy. Whilst it was bitterly cold some days, I'd highly recommend visiting in the fall.
Really enjoyed my acai bowl in Toastique again. I'm not usually one for going back to the same place twice, especially in a new place where you want to try everything, but it was just so good. And when I saw the smoothie bowls last time, I thought I'd have to try one. I also got a collagen iced latte. It's in blueberry lavender flavour and it's made with almond milk, and it's pretty good actually. I asked her which was the best, and she said the most popular were matcha and the blueberry. And I'm not a fan of the flavour of matcha. I'm yet to be convinced, so went for this. I'm really enjoying it. I'm going to have to put my gloves on because it's freezing. But now I'm walking to the Tidal Basin, where I'm going to go and see the Lincoln Memorial and some other memorials. Woo!
The Thomas Jefferson Memorial was the first stop on my tour of the memorials around the Tidal Basin. It was a lot bigger than I expected and has a beautiful view over the Tidal Basin to the Washington Monument. Jefferson was the third president of the United States and was the primary author of the Declaration of Independence. He died in 1826, and this monument was opened in 1943. It's a very grand building, and the columns remind me a lot of ancient Greek architecture.
So at the moment I'm just walking around the Tidal Basin, having just stopped at the Thomas Jefferson Memorial, which was much larger than I thought it would be, and very impressive. This is the Tidal Basin. I'm just crossing a bridge at the moment, and over there, that's the Potomac River, and literally those buildings right there is Virginia. It's a whole different state, because the borderline of the states is right across the river there. So yeah, that's Virginia. Okay, so we're here. Just on this one. We're going to go to the FDR Memorial, Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial, and then up to the Lincoln Memorial. This is my trajectory. You can see the reflecting pool. It's so beautiful and autumnal in this area with all the brown leaves, the changing of the season. It's my favourite. But I believe that in the springtime, all of this area and lots of these trees are cherry blossoms. So if you are coming to Washington and trying to figure out what time of year to come, then I'd highly recommend autumn. It's beautiful. But if you want to see cherry blossoms around the Tidal Basin, then spring is where you want to come.
I thoroughly enjoyed the FDR Memorial. It wasn't what I was expecting at all. It's spread out so you can take it all in by walking through the area. FDR was the only US president to serve 4 terms, and the memorial tells the story of those terms in chronological order as you walk through it, more like a museum really. It's dotted with quotes of his which were quite impactful and so relevant even now in our modern world. President Roosevelt died in 1945, and this memorial was opened in 1997. I believe there are walking tours, but I had the pleasure of taking it all in alone because it was so quiet. Can we just take a minute to appreciate this tree? I had never seen such stunning orange leaves. I honestly took an audible gasp when I looked up at this tree. In fact, I had a little moment with Mother Nature here because I reacted out loud, and then the wind planted one of those fiery orange little leaves right on my shoulder. And it's those little moments and taking time to appreciate them that bring me so much joy. I was really looking forward to seeing the Martin Luther King Jr. Memorial. It's one of the newer ones, having been completed in 2011. If you get the chance to go, make sure to slowly wander around and read all of the quotes carved into the walls. There's some really inspirational stuff there, as you might imagine. Another pinch me moment because I'm at the reflecting pool. I mean, I know there are so many more iconic political and cultural moments that have happened here, but there's a Marvel movie where Captain America is just lapping Falcon.
Don't say it! Don't you say it! On your left. Come on!
On your left. On your left. And it just goes through my mind as soon as I see the reflecting pool. There's also a scene in Forrest Gump where I think he's doing a speech up there on the Lincoln Memorial, and Jenny gets in the reflecting pool and runs through it. Because I was just looking and it was striking me how shallow it is, and then I remembered that scene where she's running through it to get to him. Why are all my references movies? I have this feeling of not wanting to leave. It's just so iconic, and to see it in person, see it in the movies. I don't know what it is. It's just wow. The other movie I just thought of whilst I was in there was Legally Blonde 2, and she goes to see Abraham Lincoln. And then they visit her and they're snaps for L. For L's lateral delts. It was so windy walking along the Potomac River that you can't hear me very well in this clip. Essentially what I was saying was that I made it to the Kennedy Center. I was hoping to stop off there for a cup of tea in their terrace cafe looking over the river. My boss had recommended it to me as an interesting building and a good view, so I headed there to see what it was all about. I'm at the Kennedy Center and just trying to find the entrance actually, but I think that direction is Georgetown, and I think that building, I don't know if you can see it, that looks like a bit of a castle, I think that's the university. I'm in the Kennedy Center. I found the entrance and I've got the lift up to the terrace. Hopefully there's a cafe up there. See? So the terrace restaurant is closed, but it looks like there might be a cafe over here. I don't know, I might just move on and go straight to Georgetown because I know they've got nice cafes there. It all looks pretty closed to me. I'll have a walk through the arts gallery and then just head off, I think. Shame, never mind. It's got a good view over the river. I can imagine in the summer if the restaurant was open it'd be lovely.
Before leaving, I had a quick look into the Mini Arts and Performance Museum, which celebrated the iconic performances that have taken place here at the Kennedy Centre, and also examines JFK's contribution and involvement in the performing arts.
Stopped off in Baked and Wired, which is a cafe that I'd seen in other travel blogs and it was recommended. I'm now in Georgetown. I'm getting really tired, I'm not gonna lie. I've covered a lot of ground, doing a lot of walking, so it was nice just to sit, have a little rosemary biscuit, scone and a cup of tea. Oh, peppermint tea was just like hit the spot. But now I'm just gonna head further into Georgetown and have a look around, take it easy. I'm also going to head to Georgetown Cupcake, get a cupcake, and I'll show you where I get to. Okay, popped to Georgetown Cupcake and had their vegan apple and cinnamon cupcake, which was very, very nice. Very cute little Christmas decorations in there. I've now decided to head off again to another cafe in Georgetown called, I forgot what it's called now, but it's just around the corner here, to see what they've got to offer. And then I think after that I'm going to head back into town, because one more thing I want to do before going back to the hotel this evening is I want to go and see the White House, because I haven't done that yet, so that's a must do. Coffee Republic is where I'm going. So we just finished up in, what's it called again? Oh, Coffee Republic, and I had a really, really lovely flat white. I have heard of this Call Your Mother place for bagels, but they're closed at the moment. And my plan anyway now is to actually head back into more central, into DC, go and see the White House, and then head back to the hotel just to have a bit of time to relax, because I'm going out again this evening. So yeah, it's been a really, really lovely day, seeing so many amazing things and sights, and it's been great to just come to Georgetown, like see the old-timey kind of buildings and roads and stuff, cobbled streets. But yeah, I'm kind of exhausted, so I don't want to overdo it and then just not feel like I've got the energy for the rest of my week. But yeah, I picked up some coffee beans to take home to my fiance who loves coffee. I'm starting a little bit of a tradition, I guess, of when I travel for work, like getting some coffee beans that are roasted in that country. So yeah, that's the update. I'm heading back to the White House.
I decided to get the circulator bus from Georgetown to the White House. I used Google Maps to find the best public transport option for the journey and to find out which bus stop to use. It cost $1 and I just tapped my Smart Trip card that I'd previously added credit to at a metro station. The White House was gorgeous, especially surrounded by the autumnal trees, bright blue sky, and decorated for the holidays with those wreaths. However, because I am chronically online and live through memes, all that was going through my head was,
what do you want to tell Joe Biden right now?
What's up, baby? Take me out to dinner.
Hey, yo!
Ready to go out for the evening, heading out to a comedy night and to get some dinner beforehand and then comedy night at the Beer Loft. It's like a comedy shuffle event I found on Eventbrite, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going with my boss and I spotted a Thai restaurant near the venue that I thought we might get some dinner at, so we'll see where we end up for dinner tonight, but heading out now. I am absolutely loving Washington DC so far. It's honestly been a dream. I've spent the last 2 days exploring, making the most of being here. I'm here for a work trip, but just trying to make the most of this opportunity, and I've used a day of annual leave and just saw as many of the sites and museums as I could squeeze in. Just loving it so much. It's so iconic and it's really impressed me. That's gonna wrap up this vlog. The next vlog is going to be a work trip in Washington DC. So I've got a couple of days working from my hotel, got some online meetings, got some in-person meetings. My boss is here, so we're gonna have some chance to work together. And then I've got a conference I'm going to as well. So I won't be able to show all of that, particularly as it's with the UN. So I'm not gonna be able to show you the conference, but I'll show you what it's like to be in DC for a work trip when you're not from here. So I hope you enjoyed seeing what I got up to, the museums, the monuments, the scenery. It's just so beautiful at this time of year. And I hope this is useful for if you're planning a trip to Washington DC.